Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Perez. I hope you're happy and healthy and working hard. I made a video the other day and realized, looking through my videos and my pictures, that I never finished the fourth video on our raised garden bed over here. Okay, so that's what today's video is going to be. It's going to be pieced together over the span of, I think, 3, maybe 4 months. Okay, so you're going to see stuff from beginning to end. Okay, starting with the first thing you're going to see is what I harvested from the summer, which was the carrots and the bunching onions, the small onions. So I harvested those. I'll show you that. I made a little dish with that and had some lunch. And then I planted a fall crop, which we'll see how that turned out. Not as promising as I was hoping, okay? But anyway, let's get started. Okay, here's some of the carrots that we harvested. They're little. Let's see, they're about the size of my thumb, most of them. They're little ones, but they were big enough for us to eat. These are too tiny, so they're gonna be a little treat for the wild rabbits that live in the back. And I just want to show you these. I didn't spread them out enough. They were overcrowded because I didn't know what I was doing with planting carrots. So these must be in love. They're hugging each other. Those two carrots, they're really tiny, so they're going to go in there. And this is a whole family that decided to stay together. So I thought that was interesting. So they're going to go in the wheelbarrow here. If I had a compost, which I might soon have a compost, that would be good compost. It's all natural and it breaks down and fortifies the soil for you. So there's that. Everyone can say hello to Balto. He's panting because he's playing with the hose. He likes to run and play with the hose. Maybe I'll videotape him doing that for you. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make this glazed carrots and onions with my harvest. Carrots are kind of tiny. Remember, they're about the size of my thumb. So what I'm using is this little corn cob holder here and a peeler to help me peel the carrots. So this is how I'm doing it. Okay, so some of them were even too small to peel, so we just cut the ends off and put them in the pan. They should be okay. We grew them in organic soil, and we did not use any pesticides, so they were washed 3 times in soapy water, and I'm pretty happy with what they turn out to be as far as cooking them up. So let's see what happens. Okay, the directions say to cook the onions and the carrots in salty water. So I salted this water until they're soft and the water is dissolved. So do that. Okay, so next the directions say to add a little bit of pepper. This is peppermill, some molasses, and some margarine or butter. I'm going to use clarified butter, which is called ghee. So I'm just going to use that in place, and then we pop it in the oven at 350 and for about 20-25 minutes until they're nice and roasted. Okay, it looked like they turned out pretty good. We'll see how they taste for lunch tomorrow. Okay, my tomatoes are almost done. harvesting. I'm almost done harvesting those. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe. I think I got about over 40 to 50 tomatoes off of this one plant that we planted by seed, and it actually took a nosedive thanks to Balto. The pepper plant, not so good this year. I had one pepper when it first started harvesting, and then it just stopped producing peppers for some reason, so don't know what that's about. Today we're going to, since our tomato plant's almost finished harvesting, this spot was our carrots and our bunching onions that we harvested and cooked up. So I'm going to plant a Brussels sprouts, probably get 2 plants, and some beets, which are both colder crops. They take a while. Hopefully I'm not planting them too late. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm going to plant my beets here, and just a row of Brussels sprouts there. I'm just going to wind up with 2 Brussels sprouts plants. I'm going to plant them horizontally this time instead of vertically. I planted them vertically before. And I fortified or nourished the soil with a little bumper crop plant food. So for the Brussels sprouts, I had to dig a 1/4 inch trench, which is this little spot right down here. And for the beets, it was a 1 inch. So that's my little 99-cent shovel that tells me how deep to dig the trenches. Okay, I sewed those in per the directions, and now I'm going to give them a little water, pat them down. Water here. Water my tomato plant a little bit. Strawberries that are still producing little ones. They didn't do too well this year. My pepper plant, I added some fertilizer to the pepper plants. Maybe I'll get 1 more pepper. All right. And let's see what happens. Okay, so here's our raised garden bed. I kind of decorated it for fall with I didn't grow the pumpkin. Our little scarecrow there, and that's another little decorative pumpkin. So I didn't grow the pumpkins, I just kind of put them in here. So the fall crop, these are the beets that I planted, and they never really took, just a root here. No beets anywhere, just some leaves. They never even got big enough you're supposed to thin them, so they never grew big enough to thin. And these are my Brussels sprouts, equally disappointing. Something's been munching on the leaves, which taste like the Brussels sprouts. This little carrot leaf, little carrot starter there from leftover. Probably what's been munching on it is that squirrel. There's a squirrel that's been visiting. He's definitely been helping himself to the strawberries. The lettuce, the fall lettuce, turned out pretty nice. I haven't harvested this yet, so I didn't get anywhere near as much as the spring. But I did get probably a couple bags of lettuce here, and then on the other side, lettuce. So that's our fall crop. Oh, and these are the peppers, which were not doing well until recently. Around September, I wound up getting, I don't know, 6, 8 peppers, decent sized peppers out of it. So that took a longer time to flourish than the tomato plant. But he's pretty much done now. So anyway, there's our little fall garden. Okay, and here's the progress of our apple trees. They actually wound up getting bigger when I put them in bigger containers. This one looks like it's not going to make it. But these 3 are promising. So 3 out of the 6 that we had, I actually bought 3 larger containers, which I may transplant these into before the winter soon, maybe over the weekend. so that not so much in the winter. I don't think they're going to do much more in the winter here, except dormant, and they're behind this like fence wall, so they're where they started as little seedlings, so they did well that winter, so I put them back in the same spot. But I think in the bigger containers come spring, when they start blooming, we could get some growth then. So kind of transplanting them into larger pots now for down the road. Okay, so that about does it for the harvesting of the final harvesting of our raised garden bed. I did learn a lot. I learned that I'm pretty good with tomatoes. My tomato plant did pretty well. I got about 60 tomatoes off of that little plant that I started from a seed, and Balto actually knocked that over, if you remember. And lettuce. I can grow tomatoes and lettuce, so like a green salad. Not really good at carrots. Bunching onions turned out okay. The radishes, the beets were a disappointment. The Brussels sprouts were a disappointment. So this winter I'm going to be taking a look at some maybe easier crops, maybe more herbs and flowers for the raised garden bed for the spring. So that's always fun, planning what you're going to grow. We need to appreciate our food and what farmers do, because it isn't easy. It is not easy to plan and grow and take care of and then get it to the table. So I'm going to remember that next time I'm eating lunch, to make sure I finish everything, and you should too. Okay, so have a pleasant hibernation, and I'll see you soon. Bye.